been sitting here patiently waiting for PlayStation to finally say something. We've been getting Nintendo Directs constantly. We've been getting Xbox showcases. We haven't been getting anything big from PlayStation. Now seems to be the time. Obviously, they did announce the PlayStation Pro. It's got a pretty hefty price tag to it. They didn't announce any games. They showcased a little bit of Marvel Spider-Man 2 in terms of some of the upgrades that they're adding to it with the PlayStation 5 Pro. But even then, a lot of people were thinking, this isn't too substantial. And I was sitting there saying, with the announcement of the PS5 Pro, there might be some Pro upgrades for some games that have already come out for the PS5. And, well, Insomniac doesn't usually do a little update like that without adding some spice to it. They add in some new content for the players to enjoy. So I've always been sitting here saying, we might be getting a PS5 Pro update for Marvel Spider-Man 2, but we also might be getting some new content alongside it. And of course, there was a 30th anniversary bundle for the PS5 Pro, which my wallet is suffering. But all this to say, we've been sitting here very patiently waiting to hear if there was going to be a state of play, if there was going to be a showcase, if there was just going to be something from PlayStation, but they were going to give us some announcements. It's getting close to the end of the year, and PlayStation hasn't really had a substantial state of play or showcase of any kind. All of that seems to be changing with the latest update that we just got from PlayStation today. They have officially announced on all their social channels that you guys are scrolling down and hitting the thumbs up button right now on this video. It's crazy. I can't believe they made that. No, okay, seriously, they did tweet today finally that a state of play is on the horizon. The state of play returns officially tomorrow. The broadcast is going to be taking place Tuesday, September 24th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, that is 11 p.m. BST. Obviously, check what time zone you're in, do the conversion. Google is free. Stop dropping into the comments section and asking what time that is in your specific time zone. Instead, you should be dropping down into the comment section and saying, Caboose, I just subscribed to your channel and turn on the notifications for all the superhero gaming updates. But now, what can we expect from this state of play? What can we expect going into this? Are we going to get our hopes up? Are we going to get our expectations high? I am going to personally be the one to say that we shouldn't, even though the description for this state of play is starting to create a little bit of hype for me. I can't lie. I have been burned in the past though, all right? Especially us being Spider-Man 2 fans sitting here waiting, hoping that we're going to get DLC for the game. We have been burned in the past. So let's keep our expectations in check, okay? Let's not sit here and think that we're getting a DLC announcement of some kind. I think that there's still a chance we get DLC for Spider-Man 2, but I am not going to get my hopes sky high that this is going to be the time where it happens. There was a PlayStation blog, though, that was posted alongside the announcement of this state of play. The headline reads here, watch September 24th on YouTube and Twitch for news and updates from over 20 titles. The article here, written by Sid Schumann, the senior director at Sony Interactive Entertainment Content Communications, says that the state of play is back tomorrow, September 24th. Tune in live for news and updates on more than 20 upcoming PS5 and PSVR 2 games from studios around the world. That already is kind of crazy. It seems like we're going to be getting some stuff here that's first party. This is for PS5 and the PSVR 2, and more than 20 upcoming games. That's what's crazy to me. This very easily could have been a state of play that was all about the PS5 Pro and talking about games that are getting that PS5 Pro upgrade. But no, we're getting 20 new upcoming games. And you're obviously going to be sitting there asking, okay, how long is the show? Because usually when they do these sort of things, it's really in and out. And I'm not talking about the burger chain, okay, on the West Coast. I'm talking about like they drop in, reveal a couple of things, and get out of there very quickly. And for a lot of people, sometimes that has been underwhelming. Well, the PlayStation blog here also states that the 30-plus minute show begins on September 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, September 25th at 12 a.m. CEST, and that the broadcast will also be in English and Japanese. Yeah, a 30-plus minute show with over 20 upcoming titles on the PS5 and the PSVR 2. I know they're calling this a state of play, but it really is starting to seem as though this is going to be a mini PlayStation showcase. State of plays are usually just focused on one specific thing. They want to talk about some third-party titles, or maybe a state of play that's entirely focused on a upcoming game. And it's also worth mentioning, that around this time is where we've gotten PlayStation showcases in the past. Although the summer is definitely kind of that game reveal season, September is sort of becoming a secondary slot for that. So there are definitely going to be some things that people are going to get really excited about, I imagine, during this state of play tomorrow. But obviously we're here, we're talking about Marvel Spider-Man 2 and what could be potentially happening for that game and for us fans who want DLC. Again, to that I say that we gotta keep our expectations in check, all right? We cannot get overly hyped. I made the mistake of getting you guys too excited before. But I have mentioned time and time again over on this channel why there still is a chance that DLC could happen for this game. And a lot of that hinges on the fact that there were other major tentpole PlayStation titles that have released during this console generation that did get DLC expansions, one of which was a game that they mentioned at Sony Santa Monica was never gonna get DLC. In multiple interviews, we had people working on God of War Ragnarok saying that we are kind of just releasing this game out into the wild and then that's it. And that is a big game with a ton of content and so much to do. So I think a lot of people were content and understanding of the fact that it was just done. Lo and behold, an entire year later, we get God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. And there's a lot more to that DLC than I think even people who were hoping to have extra content for that game were expecting. Not to mention as well, obviously, Horizon Forbidden West ended up getting a full-on DLC expansion with the Burning Shores. And then you got Spider-Man, which is easily top 3 biggest PlayStation franchises out there. You could even say top 1 considering the sales, the critic acclaim, the awards praise, so much going for Marvel Spider-Man 2. It would be insane to not have added content put into the game. And there's just so many loose threads as well in the base game that I don't think they're gonna wait until a Marvel Spider-Man 3 to tie up. Obviously, you had the big setup with Carnage. What's going on there? Are we going to be getting a Carnage DLC in this game? I personally would like for them to wrap up the Symbiote storyline within Marvel Spider-Man 2. I wouldn't want any of that to carry over into Spider-Man 3. I want Spider-Man 3 to just be all about Green Goblin and Doc Ock teaming up. But then there was also the whole Chameleon thing. That was a thing that was set up. That's something that I feel like they could carry over into Spider-Man 3, but who knows? Maybe they could do something with that in terms of a DLC as well. There's just, what I'm trying to say is so much left for Marvel Spider-Man 2 that it would be, in my opinion, a missed opportunity if we weren't to try and carry over some of that with an expansion. And you know, there's so many people out there that think this game is so terrible, but weirdly enough, those people are also foaming at the mouth for new content to be added to Spider-Man 2. So the community pretty much unanimously wants there to be DLC. PlayStation has had DLC released for games like God of War, like Horizon. Lots of these puzzle pieces just fall into the right place, except just one more missing piece, that being an official reveal of sorts. And yes, I do think if we will get a DLC announcement for Marvel Spider-Man 2 tomorrow, that it's going to be something similar to that of God of War Ragnarok's Valhalla DLC, in that I think it's going to be something that is announced and comes out relatively soon, if not a shadow drop after the announcement. We will have to wait and see, and hopefully we will not have to wait that much longer. Again, the state of play is going to be taking place tomorrow. I'm probably going to be streaming it so that we can sit there and all be collectively disappointed if we don't get what we want. But that's why I'm telling you guys again to just please keep those expectations in check. And regardless if there's DLC announcement or not, I'll keep you guys up to date right here on this channel. Better have those notifications on, all right? You understand me? But all right, with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that we're going to be getting a DLC announcement for Marvel Spider-Man 2 tomorrow? What are your expectations in general for this state of play, which is shaping up to be kind of a mini PlayStation showcase? Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been Caboose. I'll see you guys later.